I want you to hear this. It might not be about doing more. It might actually be about letting go. So surrender is one of the most misunderstood concepts when it comes to manifestation. People hear the word and they think I'm supposed to just give up. No, not at all. Surrender is not about quitting. It is actually about stepping into a deeper knowing. Most people are trying to manifest tension from fear, from this subtle belief that it might not happen unless I force it, push it, obsess over it. Okay, is that you? Call yourself out. And that energy, it actually contracts. It makes you smaller. It makes you, more importantly, disconnect from you being in your power. And being in your power energetically is everything when it comes to being able to manifest a higher level reality. And I had to learn this the hard way. There was a time where I was holding so tightly to what I wanted that I didn't realize I was unconsciously blocking it with my energy. I could manifest some things here and there, but the really big leaps, they were not going to happen from my efforting. They were going to happen when I tapped into a different frequency. And that first required me to let go. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to step into that kind of surrender that allows the manifestations to come a lot quicker. Okay, so if you're new here, my name is Paget. I'm a quantum coach, and this channel is all about energy, manifestation, and spirituality. So make sure to like this video and subscribe. So when you think of surrender, I want you to think of it like this. You know, when you plant a seed in the soil, right, you don't yank it up the next morning to check and see if it's sprouting, do you? No, you water it. You give it sunlight. And then you leave it alone and you trust that underneath the surface, something is happening, right? Even when you can't see it yet. Surrender is that kind of trust. It's saying to the universe, look, I am so sure of who I am. I am so sure of my mission here. I'm so sure of where I'm going, of my destiny, that I don't need this specific thing in this time frame, like right at Friday at 5 p.m. in order to feel safe. In fact, one of the boldest energetic statements you can make is this: I no longer need this to prove who I am. I no longer need this to feel whole. I choose it. I'm aligned with it, but I ain't defined by it. That's when the miracles rush in. Not when you're clenching, not when you're forcing, okay? But when your energy says, it's already mine. I don't need to chase what's already on its way to me. And it can happen a million different ways, right? So it's also like being at a restaurant. You place your order, you trust that it's being prepared. You don't like barge into the kitchen every 2 minutes asking, are you sure that it's coming? What are you guys doing back here? You sip your drink, you enjoy the moment, you relax. That's the energy of surrender. Okay, now here is the paradox. Some of the most beautiful manifestations do not come from the plan. If you even think about your own life, it's probably true because you controlled every single step to have that spontaneous, incredible, amazing, expansive moment. No, that didn't happen. They arrive in the spaces when you finally said, you know what? I release this. I release the habit. That's when life surprises you. That's when you meet the person. Definitely in my case, right? You land the opportunity, still in my case too. Or that's when you have the breakthrough that was way better than even if you scripted it yourself. Because here's the deeper truth. The moment you stop needing the thing to validate your worth is the moment your frequency actually becomes aligned with receiving it. This is why basically all that I really focus on is how do I just become an energetic match? Like, how do I actually just be the person energetically that I need to be in order for me to just like step into the manifestation, right? So just ask yourself right now, what if it doesn't happen? Can you still hold your identity? Can you still hold your worth? Can you still know that you're enough? Can you still trust that your life is unfolding in divine timing, even if this thing doesn't come the way that you expected? Because when you can sit in that space, not from defeat, but from deep knowing, from deep power, from deep self-respect, you stop doing things that leak your power, and then you start becoming the magnet, right? Not the chaser. Even think about relationships. Like how many times that happen where you're chasing the person and they run even further away from you, but then when you stop, they're like, hey, what's going on over there? So how do you start practicing this real surrender? Not the bypassy kind, not the, I guess I'll just give up. okay? Because that's not what surrender is, but the kind that aligns you with receiving. Kind of touched on it, but here's a simple but really profound practice for you. I want you to sit with a question, like, what if it doesn't happen and I'm still somehow whole and I'm still good? Okay, I want you to really feel into that question. I don't want you to be scared of it. Don't worry, you're not going to manifest nothing happening, okay? But sit with the question, like, what if it doesn't happen? You know what's really cool about that is it takes you back into presence, right? It takes you back into your body. It takes you out of your monkey mind. So start asking your question, what if the money doesn't come this month? What if that launch or plan doesn't go quite as I strategized? What if the relationship doesn't unfold the way that you hoped? Can you still choose to believe in your vision and that it's going to unfold in perfect divine timing? Can you still feel rooted in your power, in your knowing, in your worth? Because that is real surrender. And from that place, you'll notice your body begins to settle. Your energy begins to relax. And ironically, when you really truly get to this space, this is when things start to happen faster because you're finally getting out of the way. And this is what I teach my clients all the time. Surrender isn't the end of your manifestation. It's actually the portal to it. It's the moment your energy is actually truly radiating. I'm ready for more, not because I need it to feel enough and worthy and whole, but because I already am all those things. And that's where the real magic begins. So I will tell you in my own journey, that's exactly what has happened for me. Like when I really wanted the thing and then I clenched down in trying to chase the thing and I was really tied to the outcome of this immediate, what's this going to get me in 2 weeks or a month or 3 months or whatever it was, whatever time frame I had in my head, it always just clenched my energy. I tended to make the wrong decisions. I tended to do the wrong things, tended to waste a whole bunch of time and energy and effort. And then I got more frustrated and more resentful because hello, it's not happening the way that like I wanted it to, the way that I was designing it to in my mind, even though there's a greater power that's really controlling everything else beyond our mind. And it was when I was just like, I actually got to this place of I'll be good if I didn't have it. And again, most people are scared of going there because they're just like, but if I go there, that means like I'm giving up. No, it's an illusion. It feels like you're giving up, but you're not. You're actually saying, oh, I'm whole. Because let's not get too deep into it, but like this reality is an illusion in itself. Like this human experience is an illusion in itself in a way. It's a projection. So if you can actually sit with even that, just understanding, oh, this is a matrix, this is a projection. Obviously it's real, but at the same time, like it's not as real as we think it's real from our human perspective. It also allows us to let go more. And then when we let go again, then we come back into presence. We come back into worthiness, which really is presence, because in order for you to be in total presence, you actually have to be in total wholeness. That makes sense. So how can you come more into your wholeness, come more into presence, come more into that divine power of who you truly are? Stop chasing, stop trying to claw and grab okay? That actually contracts you into your limited self, into your small self, into your grippy self, into your control self. We want to expand into our magical selves, into our quantum self. So let me know if this hit. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and you want more. Make sure to share it with your friends. And remember, of course, to subscribe so that you do not miss any future videos. By the way, this video was submitted by someone from Instagram. I asked on Instagram, so if you're not on Instagram, you can go and follow me there. What do you want me to riff about? This is just part of that series of like me just riffing about different energetics, different manifestation stuff. So if you have any suggestions that you want me to riff about as well, you can also leave them and drop them in the comments because of course it helps the algo, right? Yeah. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you all soon.